Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. MapleStory has a huge amount of different settings that are quite hard to find, but that can help you in-game with stuff like remembering your skill timings, improving clarity during boss fights, remove those annoying quests that you're no longer doing, and much more. Hopefully the tips in this video will help you enjoy the game even more and take down those boss monsters with less visual noise on the screen. But before we dive into today's video, we're first going to quickly check out today's video sponsor. They're back! Awesome! These sponsorships help keep the channel going and your support is always appreciated. For some reason, my boss doesn't really like it when I play MapleStory during work. I know, weird right? But I still want to complete those dailies and get those login rewards. Thankfully, I never miss a beat with this all-in-one remote access tool. Using the awesome game version, I can get and customize a game keyboard so I can play MapleStory from my phone without any disturbances. And of course, the usability doesn't just end there. You can also use remote access to transfer files that you forgot to send, or even turn off your PC in case you want to save money on that electricity bill. If you want to try this out yourself, you can use the code appearing on the screen to get a 7-day trial of awesome remote game. This is only for the first 200 people, so act quickly. Head over to the awesome website, sign in, click on rewards, fill out the code and then you're in. You can then easily set up your screen mirroring with your QR code, and once that ends, just using the app will reward you with Sunshine, which can be used to get more days of Awesome Game or Awesome Pro. Sometimes Awesome also offers additional days for free just like that, so that's always nice to grab. The basic version of Awesome is free by the way, so you can always install that one. But there also is the Pro and Game Plan. I'm using the Game Plan myself for that customizable keyboard. Adding more devices also will give you a discount on the plan. But Awesome doesn't just offer remote software, they even have remote switches. In case you turned off your PC and want to turn it back on remotely or monitor your energy consumption, you can even set timers and schedules. You can check the Awesome app or website if you want to learn more about those, and of course the remote software tool itself. There is a link in the video description and top comment. Don't forget to check out the code, and now back to the video. First, let's check out different ways to display your damage numbers. This will help you reduce the clutter on the screen a little bit, which is very useful, especially during boss fights where seeing where you are and what you're doing actually matters a lot. There are basic numbers, cascading numbers, and blade effect. With basic numbers being the quote-unquote normal way to display your damage numbers. Cascading numbers are great if you actually don't want to see anything besides big damage numbers, and blade effect just shows one line of damage, which is very useful for when you're bossing if you want to see more. The mini variant of blade effects is especially nice for classes with a ton of damage lines. You can change the damage settings at the option menu under the effects tab. Just keep in mind that if you want to see damage numbers shorter, like what I have right here, you'll need to use a unit damage skin, which can usually be obtained from events. If you want to improve your clarity when bossing even more, then go to the Options tab again, and under Effects, tick Show Pets behind you and Show Silhouettes when hitting foes, and untick Screen Shake, as that can be quite distracting. Your character will now always be in front of your pets, so it's easier to see your own movement. And monsters that you hit will now have an outline, making it easier for you to see them. You can also give yourself an outline in the Laboratory tab. Pick any outline color that you prefer and your preferred thickness. This is very useful when you're in some boss fights where positioning is again important. And of course, you can change your own and other people their skill transparency. I usually have other people's skills transparency all the way down because I don't care about your skills, and my own skills about halfway because I do kind of like to see where I'm hitting at least. The outlines that we already turned on will help you see yourself even better, so you can play around with this. Oh, and if you want to, turn off that your UI turns transparent when you're in combat. Not sure about everyone else, but I absolutely hate it when it does that. If you're a very distracted mapler like myself or have issues keeping track of your buffs, you can set up alarms for skills with cooldowns. You can do this through the note function in your skill window. Just drag any skill that has a cooldown in the skill alarm window and an alert will appear on the right side of the screen when the skill is available again. You can't unfortunately change to where it appears, it will always appear at the same spot. I use it to keep track of air dash shower when grinding, for example. And make sure to use the macro tab to assign multiple buffs that don't have cooldowns to one skill icon, allowing you to save some space on your keyboard. And speaking of saving space on your keyboard, and this one is very class specific, there is a thing called combo key. To this button you can assign multiple skills like attacks, which could be useful for some classes with a lot of different skills and not enough space in their keyboards. Alright, next tip. MapleStory, or as some call it, Daily Story, has a lot of daily and weekly quests that you can do, but those will remain available in your quest window forever and ever, even after, for example, already completing certain areas. Thankfully, you can disable the quest notification of quests that you're no longer interested in. First open the quest window, then select the quest that you no longer want to see, then click on disable notification, and now it will appear in a separate list at the bottom of the daily quest notifier. You cannot get rid of them completely, unfortunately, but at least you can transport them to that part of the quest notifier. The next tip is for Maplers who have a lot of skills or are using different buttons than the default ones. Open the options, then select game. There you can go change your quick slots at the bottom of the UI. Now you can freely assign different keys so that those will show up at the bottom right of the screen. This is super useful if you want to keep track of additional skills with cooldowns, as you can then actually see them on the screen. Next, let's check on how you can manage your equipment inventory better. Click on one of the three stripes to either consolidate or sort items by type. And let's say that you have drop gear and damage gear that you switch around when you go bossing or when you go training. Select lock, unlock, sorting, which will allow you to stick an item to a certain tab in the equipment window. That way, no matter if you sort or whatever you do, the items will remain in place. I always get paranoid if I have spares or for example my black B mark that I accidentally sell the wrong one, and with this here at least I know it's always at the same spot in my inventory. If you're a chatter, but the chat window is blocking your view, you can go to settings and enable the external chat box. This moves your chat box outside of the game so you can keep your eyes on what's really important, getting that EXP. I usually also enable display time so it's easier to keep track of when MVPs are happening. Sometimes I go AFK a bit and then I come back and people are like, wow, MVP at XX30. I'm like, cool, was this message sent like 10 hours ago? Was it an hour ago? And with that you can actually keep track of that. And the final generic tip that I have is to read your freaking skills. Some classes like Demon Slayer, Demon Avenger can change the way they up jump or glide with the beginner skill, and the Explorer Archers can change their jump as well by right clicking on their double jump skill. Skills like Air Shower can be right clicked, so you don't need to use the skill in combination with the down key to summon the fountain, just to make your life a little bit easier. And some classes like Hoyoung can use the beginner skill to change their appearance, like in Hoyoung's case, removing their ears and tail. And those are all the tips that I had for today. Hopefully they were useful. Hopefully you can now play MapleStory even better, even more optimized. Many thanks for watching. Make sure to check out Awesome, and many thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Special thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian Hanoy, Caudimorda, Wiley, BackspaceOTI, Ziggy, Flidiot, Knivesu, Cloudfix, Michael Menchaca, Raythius, Betrayal1489, Sylvio Neto, Afterlord, Striker Elk, Raar are, Matthias Simonson, PC Game Life, The Passenger, Max Bernhardt, Scotty Flies Fast, Fecko, Only, Lord Fazil, Spats D. Kaiser, Dante Victory, Snafu Pop, Quinn, Dewey Tren, Sir Otter, Vake Botnet, Kani Wu, Migu, The Wolfdrake, Mathinyu Dev, Pretty Bang, Best Guild Luna, and Groggo. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling!